Kristen Stewart and Dylan Meyer are speaking openly about the ways their personal and professional lives intertwine. Stewart describes the experience of making things together as a profound way to get to know someone. Their collaboration centers on The Wrong Girls, a stoner buddy comedy written years earlier and directed by Meyer in her feature-length debut. The film stars Stewart alongside Alia Shawkat and stands as one of the few female-led entries in the genre to emerge from Hollywood. Stewart, reflecting on the process, says that when an experience allows you to find a big stride, it leaves you feeling powerful, centered, present, and eager to do it again. She emphasizes the energizing effect of completing the movie, noting a hop in her step rather than exhaustion. That sense of inspiration extended to the Los Angeles-based crew and to Nevermind Pictures, the production company Stewart, Meyer, and Maggie McLean run together. Stewart acknowledges with a laugh that Meyer is wrecked from the hard work, yet the overall feeling remains one of momentum. Meyer recalls that the project's development stretched across 14 years and that it was Stewart who encouraged her to direct it. From the period when they were falling in love, the two have shared every idea they were working on because, as Meyer puts it, they are both art brain freaks. The path was filled with roadblocks and challenges. Meyer notes that securing financing for a first feature as a woman is nearly impossible. Nevermind Pictures aims to champion first-time female directors or women on their second films, seeking to create the change they want to see and to open opportunities that have long been restricted. Those underrepresented stories, Meyer believes, are the fresh ones that can help revitalize the industry. Stewart shares that outlook. She describes the current phase of their lives as a time when they and their chosen family of filmmakers are ready to open their mouths and speak. She points out that they are older now and expresses enthusiasm for living in an era when girls are more encouraged to make movies because they are exceptionally good at it. Stewart has previously described working with Meyer, her then-fiancé, in the director's chair as the easiest thing. The couple married on April 20, 2025, after filming on The Wrong Girls had wrapped and while Stewart was finalizing her own directorial debut, The Chronology of Water. Meyer agrees that their existing history of collaboration made the transition smoother. They did not need extensive pre-conversations about how the dynamic would work. The shorthand developed through earlier joint efforts helped them navigate pressurized moments. Working with Stewart and a circle of friends under those conditions represents the dream for Meyer. Integrating everything in that way creates a high-stakes version of life, one that can feel frightening at times because the ecosystem they have built is so central and any damage to it carries heavy weight. Yet The Wrong Girls itself is fundamentally about friendship, so assembling a team of friends to make it felt essential. The film also features Lakeith Stanfield, Tony Hale, Zach Fox, Kate McKinnon, and Geena Davis, with Seth Rogen and Kumail Nanjiani providing voices for the cats belonging to the central characters. It reached theaters in mid-August. The partnership between Stewart and Meyer illustrates a rare alignment of creative and personal lives. Their shared identity as art brain freaks means ideas flow freely between them, whether for scripts, directorial approaches, or production strategies. That continuous exchange has sustained projects across years of development hurdles. Meyer's decision to step into the director's role after Stewart's encouragement reflects a deep mutual trust. Stewart's description of the experience as easy underscores how their established rapport translated into an efficient and supportive set environment. Nevermind Pictures' mission to support female filmmakers adds institutional weight to their personal collaboration. By deliberately seeking out first and second-time directors who are women, the company addresses structural barriers that Meyer herself encountered. The long development period of The Wrong Girls, 14 years, highlights both the persistence required and the obstacles that can delay even passion projects. Stewart's observation that women are exceptionally skilled at filmmaking and her excitement at greater encouragement for them points to a broader cultural shift the pair hope to accelerate. Friendship forms a core theme both on screen and off. Meyer emphasizes that surrounding the production with friends was deliberate because the story itself explores those bonds. The high-stakes nature of merging personal relationships with professional ones creates both intensity and vulnerability. When every element of life feels interconnected, the potential for disruption carries greater emotional risk, yet the rewards of shared purpose and creative fulfillment appear to outweigh those concerns for Stewart and Meyer. Stewart's parallel work on The Chronology of Water during the same period demonstrates the couple's capacity to support each other's independent artistic growth while collaborating closely. Their marriage occurring after principal photography on The Wrong Girls suggests a deliberate sequencing that allowed the professional collaboration to conclude before formalizing the personal commitment in that particular way. The ease Stewart felt under Meyer's direction speaks to a working relationship built on prior trust rather than hierarchy or uncertainty. The film's ensemble and the inclusion of notable voice performances further indicate the project's ability to attract talent drawn to its distinctive premise and the community surrounding it. As one of the scarce female-led stoner comedies, The Wrong Girls occupies a specific niche, and its realization after such a prolonged gestation period represents a significant achievement for Meyer as a first-time feature director and for the production company supporting her. In conversation, both women return to the energizing quality of the work. Stewart's description of feeling powerful and ready to continue contrasts with the physical and emotional toll Meyer acknowledges, yet the overall tone remains one of satisfaction and forward momentum. Their identity as art brain freaks provides a shorthand for the intensity and mutual understanding that define their creative exchanges. Sharing every idea from the earliest stages of their relationship has created a foundation that now sustains more complex joint endeavors. The broader implications of their approach extend beyond this single film. By modeling a collaborative marriage that integrates creative work, friendship networks, and a production company focused on equity, Stewart and Meyer offer an example of how personal and professional spheres can reinforce rather than conflict with each other. The challenges of financing and the long timeline serve as reminders of the systemic issues female directors continue to face, while the eventual completion of the project demonstrates what persistence and mutual support can accomplish. As the film reaches audiences, the public conversation around Stewart and Meyer's partnership is likely to focus on both the on-screen result and the off-screen dynamic that made it possible. Their willingness to discuss the process openly, the encouragement, the shorthand, the high stakes of an integrated life, and the joy of making work together, provides insight into a collaboration that is as much about relationship as it is about cinema. For Stewart, the experience has left her energized and eager for more. For Meyer, it marks a hard-won debut achieved within a supportive creative family. Together, they continue to build the kind of ecosystem they believe can sustain meaningful work and, in Meyer's words, help save the business by making space for stories and storytellers that have too often been sidelined. The 14-year journey of The Wrong Girls from idea to screen encapsulates the patience and conviction required to bring unconventional projects to fruition. Stewart's role as both performer and advocate within that process underscores the depth of their partnership. Meyer's leadership on set, described as seamless by her collaborator and spouse, suggests that the years of shared artistic conversation prepared them well for the pressures of production. In an industry that frequently separates personal and professional spheres, their integrated approach stands out as both intentional and generative, producing not only a completed film but also a reinforced sense of community and purpose.